Hey, what is up, guys? We are here with the Jason character breakdown. If you haven't seen our character breakdown videos before, we cover a character's notable normals, strings, special moves, differences between all their variations, as well as a basic game plan. So, Jason is the first Kombat Pack DLC character, as well as the first guest character this time around. His walk speed forward and backward, pretty average, right? Pretty normal. His backdash covers a lot of distance, but there's a lot of recovery on it, right? His run speed also takes a while to pick up, but once he gets going, he's pretty quick. It just has kind of that wind-up time that a lot of the other ones have, right? Where the acceleration on it is a little bit longer. The one thing that he has going for him really well when it comes to mobility is his forward dash. It covers a ton of distance, and you can just do it really quick. It recovers so fast, like it's insane. Even if you're full screen, you're pretty much there in two dashes. Two dashes, and you're in his face, right? And your walk speed's pretty average, so you'll get there pretty quick. Just keep that in mind. Look how long it takes me to get there walking, compared to, you know, two dashes. I'm there. I'm in his face. I'm in his grill. I'm doing mean, evil Jason things to him. So really, really great forward dash, man. Really, really great. Now, the other thing about Jason is that his normals, his jump normals are really funky. They hit you really high on the body. You can hit it really high. I mean, you can hit him really deep, but he has the ability to hit you really high in the air, which is really good because he has a command throw. So stuff like that is really, really great. Even on block, it's a really good choice. Let's talk about some of his normals real quick before we get into the special moves. So his standing 1-1-1 looks like that. Really great. Advances him forward. Nice to end combos with. Special cancelable. Safe on block. Nice little string, right? Really great. His forward 2 is a really cool normal. This normal is really cool because you can combo into it. You see that? That's a 2-hit combo. Really nice, right? Forward 2. You can combo into his command throws and stuff as well. Like, that's actually a combo. That's not like anything unique or anything. That is a real combo. The other thing about forward 2, if you do forward 2, 1 plus 3, you get a side switch. A little animation here into a side switch. Really cool string, man. Really, really interesting. So, footsie tools, back 1, ton of range, right? Really great to kind of go at your opponent with. Back 1, 2, string like that. -1 on block, which is very, very nice for a string like this. And -1 if I remember correctly. I think it was. Either -1 or 0. Yeah, really great string. Forward 3, lunging boot, safe on block, overhead, nice. His back 3 looks like this, little lunging knee. It's also a side switch if you do back 3, 1 plus 3, little choke right there and side switch on it, nice. His forward 4, now I want you guys to just look at it and then I'll show you the actual range. So forward 4 looks like that. It's a little launcher with forward 4, 4. Look at where it hits from. Wow, it's so far. Why does he kick your shins from half screen? Nobody knows. He's Jason. As far as his universal moves go, his backbreaker, down, back, forward 1. I already showed you guys this command throw, right? Really, really quick. EX version looks like this. Got to break the back a second time. Get that extra damage. Send him to the hospital. Spinal injuries. Down, back, forward 2 is the other command throw. Looks like that. A little squeeze on it. Breaks the ribs. Down, back, forward 2, the EX version. Nice little extra damage on it. Neck snap. Why not? 19%, right? It's really nice for a command throw. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I ever do the slow command throw when the fast command throw exists? I'll show you why. If I have my opponent duck, fast command throw, doesn't work. Not a thing. Slow command throw, you got him every time. So, something to keep in mind off of that, right? The other thing is if I set my opponent to always block, so off of like a down 1, right? You can do the slow command throw. That's great. You can also do the fast or slow command throw. Really nice, right? But off certain strings, right, like forward 2, command throw, it doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. Not a thing, right? Whoops, I keep getting the wrong move. Doesn't work. Slow command throw, it definitely does work. Whoops. Yes, you can do it. There's a lot of strings like that. Like off of his down 4, the slow command throw doesn't work, right? So the slow command throw, it hits crouchers, works off of some normals on hit or block that the other one doesn't. And the other one is faster, but whiffs on crouching opponents. Doesn't work on crouchers. So the other move you guys saw me doing right there is down forward 1. It is not a command throw. It kind of looks like one. It has a little animation, but it's a really good combo into, right? You know, whatever combo you do. And with choke, throws them full screen. EX version. Why don't you just hold them longer, snap the neck, do a little extra damage. Nice, right? His back forward 3 is called Temple Punch. Running clothesline looks like that. Straight out of wrestling or something. It's pretty funny, right? EX version. Yes. So he does a little extra damage on it, a little farther. Actually, well, this one goes full screen, right? They both go full screen, but it's just really fast. Hit armor. Nice, nice stuff. The one thing about it, a lot of you guys are probably like, oh my god, it goes full screen. How silly. What am I ever going to do to stop it? Neutral duck. It whiffs right over your head. And you can see here, if I do the move and then I try to block, look how long the recovery is. right? So if it misses because you duck it, he is in a world of hurt. That's going to be a free combo. The other move that is universal corpse grab. Down back 1. Looks like that's a little slam on the ground. It only hits opponents in the air. EX version, extra damage. Nice. Final move that's universal is called Killing Machine. And I'm going to have the CPU do it to me. Down 4. And I'll have him wait a while. So as you can see there, he's kind of glowing yellow. The one thing about it is you cannot jump while you do this. The CPU cannot jump. And as you can see here at the end, you get that little animation where he kind of falls asleep. And you are full combo punishable if the opponent hits you, right? Can't block or anything. Seems pretty cheap, right? You're like, wow, why would I? That's really terrible. It's unlimited armor. That's what the move does. It gains you unlimited armor until the end, of course, when you fall asleep and you can get punished. So that's how it works. Which is, you know, that's scary, man. Jason, you can imagine this character, his kind of thing is he walks you down. That's what he does in the movies. Same kind of thing here with this move. He activates it, walks forward, walks through everything you try to do to get to him. Very, very scary stuff. But of course, the weakness is no jumping, as well as the fact that he's going to eat all that damage on the way in. And you have that cooldown period at the end where he can't block. Pretty rough, right? So that has been Relentless. Or excuse me, that is like his universal moves. Let's talk about Relentless real quick before we switch. I almost did it a little early. His down 3 looks like this. Snaps the neck. Gives you a little point. The thing is, your opponent cannot do a couple of important things when you do that move. I'll have the dummy do it to me. Snap the neck, do the point. Okay, so here's the thing. When he does this move to me, first of all, my controls are reversed. So I'm going to hold down, right? You see me holding down? I'm now holding up. So to block it, I have to hold up, which is actually me holding down. It's really confusing, right? The other thing about it is when he does that to me, I cannot dash and I cannot run. So my controls are reversed and I lose the ability to dash. You see? I'm just doing the shimmy and I cannot run. No running, right? There it is. Finally, the move ran out. Really, really interesting stuff, right? No, stop that. The other move he has in Relentless is his down back 2. Teleport. It looks like that. Teleport. Into command throw is definitely a thing. Pretty neat, right? He also has EX version. Hit armor. Really nice. His you kind of like passive in this is called Damned. So I'll show you guys. Standing 4 does 7% damage, right? When you're in Relentless and you lose your life, you gain actually additional damage. So if I'm at 10% life, suddenly it does almost 8%. So that means my combo is going to add on a couple 2 to 3% per combo, right? Pretty nice. That is the thing about Relentless. And that's just a passive if you guys want to peek at it. Damned. Increase damage as his health decreases, right? So that is what that looks like. Let's move on to Unstoppable. Now the thing about Unstoppable is that when you die, you come back to life. It's kind of like Phoenix, if you guys know about that, or maybe TJ Convo in Killer Instinct. When he dies, he comes back to life and gains life based on the amount of meter he has, which is a pretty interesting mechanic. It's not a ton of life. For those of you guys worrying, it's not like he's going to get like his whole life bar of life back. It's not like a huge amount of life, but he does have the ability to come back, which is pretty nice. He also has his punishment, which is down 3. It's a damage buff. Remember that move that did 7%? It's now doing 9.5 almost, right? Pretty nice. EX version of it has a little less startup recovery, a little bit more damage. Really, really nice. The other thing he gets is down 4, which you guys, if you've been paying attention, know that in the other variation was Killing Machine, right? Which gave me all that armor. In this variation, you get a healing buff instead. So I'm getting some life back there. Yes, you can have both activated at the same time. Damage buff plus healing buff is definitely a thing. But because in Unstoppable, he doesn't have the ability to armor up and go through you, he instead has, of course, the healing buff. That is something to keep in mind. So this variation cannot walk through everything you do with armor. He's not a big fan of Armor Town, but instead he is healing. So that is something to keep in mind. In this variation, he doesn't have unlimited armor, but of course, healing is an option. And he can come back to life after each round. Pretty nice, right? Next, we have Slasher. I saved this one for last because this is the most different. So I wanted to cover basic Jason first. One thing to keep in mind, again, down 4 is in this variation. So something to keep, something to keep on the mind. Now, Slasher has a bunch of unique normals, like back 1 is a unique normal. He uses the machete in this variation. Back 2, forward 2, forward 2. All kinds of stuff like that. So some of the strings I thought I would mention because there are a lot of them. Watch, look at the amount of strings he has. Man, oh man, he's got a bunch of them. So some of the ones I thought I'd bring up to you guys is forward 2, low overhead, juggles into itself like a bunch of times. You can do a combo into it. Look at how much damage that does. Real nice. The other thing is his forward 2, overhead attack. It is special cancelable. Really great. His back 2 looks like that. Really far launching mid. -8 on block, so it's going to be really hard to punish it from far out. His back 1-2-2. Launcher gets pretty, you know, combo off it, whatever, that kind of thing. Nice. Really great strings. So those are some of the strings. There's obviously a bunch more that I didn't talk about. If you guys want to look at those, go for it. His shoulder charge is slightly different in this one. Back forward 3. Same thing, covers the same distance and everything. Covers a ton of distance. EX, it is a high still. And yeah, that's his shoulder charge. His bloodshed, down forward 1. Remember in the other move, or in the other variation, that was his combo ender. Same kind of thing here. Just a slightly different animation. Yeah, looks like that. Nice. Speaking of animation, he has a different jump in attack as far as his jump forward normals go, and his neutral jump. His neutral jump is different. He has the machete instead. His throw animation is also different. I didn't show you guys the throw in the other animation, in the other one, but he obviously doesn't have the machete to stick in their head in those variations. So that's just something that's a little different. As far as his other unique special moves, he gains a projectile in this variation. Down back 2, machete toss. It's fairly long on startup, but the move it can be done pretty quick, right? Pretty nice. EX version does a lot of damage, right? 15%. Look at that. That is a ton of a chunky bit of damage to eat if you take that machete to the chest. The other move that's unique in this variation is back 4-2. Looks like that. And the EX version does a little bit of extra damage, has an animation at the end of it, wipes the blood off the machete to finish it off. Pretty nice. You can do that off of stuff like this, or end your combos with it. Does a nice bit of nice chunk of damage. Really, really great. So Jason, big, scary armor, command throws, in your face, frightening. His goal is to be a scary character, right? Just like the movies, if you guys have seen it, and that's kind of how he is, right? He gets in your face, he does a lot of damage, he's really scary. He's a fun character, really awesome. First DLC character released in the Kombat pack, 3 more to come. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the character breakdowns. If you want to see the character breakdowns for every other character in the game, all 25, including Goro and Shinnok, check out the playlist in the description down below. I have done a character breakdown for all of them. If you guys want to see the breakdowns for the new DLC characters coming out, you know, Tanya, Tremor, Predator, whoever comes out after them, if there's more DLC, if they release, I don't know, Willy Wonka as a DLC and you want to see the character breakdown, it'll be on this channel. Subscribe for more MKX stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys again soon.